Now, before we get to the main event, I would like to introduce their teams. First off, I would like to introduce to you a promoter who has been doing an amazing job in Cancun. Great destination for boxing, great fan base, all because of this man. He's been working it, promoting it, and keeping boxing alive in Mexico, in Cancun. Let me introduce to you my good friend, Pepe Gomez from Cancun Boxing. Pepe.
Hello, everybody. I am very happy to see the Duarte family, Shane Mosley, Bernard Hopkins. Thank you, Oscar de la Hoya. Thank you, Eric Gomez. Thank you, coach, trainer, and everything. Duarte team. Duarte, he is the counter the next Saturday. Duarte will be La Migraña tonight. And Duarte, he will be the winner the next Saturday. It's the new hero to Mexico. Thank you very much. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Dawson.
Now it is my pleasure to welcome to the mic. He is the trainer of the year, who is now leading the way in Ryan's corner. It is my pleasure, Derek James. Derek.
Well, I'm very happy to be here, and I honestly know that Oscar Duarte is a very formidable and very tough opponent. And I look forward for Ryan to show everything we've been working on and being able to focus and be as great as we know he is and be consistent. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. And Duarte has incredible Mexican star power behind him. He's been the award-winning actor for many years in Mexico. He's done it all in Mexico, and we're actually very grateful that he can be in Mexico promoting the sport of boxing in the entertainment world, which has been very instrumental to a lot of fighters who are gaining recognition because of this man, and he's done a wonderful job with Oscar Duarte. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you a friend. His name is Gabriel Soto. Gabriel.
Thank you, Oscar. Hi, everybody. It's an honor for me to be here. I'm a huge boxing fan. All my respect to all the fighters, not only the huge stars that we have here tonight, but also these young boxers that are starting their careers. To be a boxer, you need a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, tears, blood, and all that they go through is unbelievable. So they have all my respect. And I've been having the opportunity to support and promote not only the sport, but also Oscar Duarte's career since almost 8 years ago. And I said it in the last press conference, I believe we have the next rising 100% Mexican star in the sport of boxing. So I know it's going to be a show on Saturday. Thank you, Ryan, for accepting and choosing Oscar. And thank you all the people that work in Golden Boy, and congratulations for all that you guys do for the sport. So we have the next Mexican boxing star. Viva Mexico.
Gracias, Gabriel. Next, I would like to introduce to you the man who helped build Ryan Garcia. And obviously, I know this firsthand. When you have a father who sacrifices, who works hard to see a young man grow and get to the top, there's nothing better for a father than to see your son go up in the ring and be victorious, fight after fight. So this young man, I say young man because he looks very young, has been very instrumental. So up to the podium, he is one of the trainers for Ryan Garcia, Henry Garcia. Henry.
Thank you, Oscar. I'd like to thank God for this opportunity that He's given my son and all of you. This is going to be a great fight. You know, I see it unfolding, and I see my son victorious. He's worked so hard with Derek, and, you know, we've done so much to prepare ourselves, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of him. You know, also I'm proud of my other son, Sean. He's worked as hard, just as hard. So hope you guys enjoy it. You know, they're gonna put on a good show. My son always put on a good show. So you know, be prepared, guys, because I know we are. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Henry. Estamos muy orgullosos, muy contentos de estar aquí. Es una gran cartelera, una gran pelea. La verdad que estamos muy contentos porque tenemos peleadores que tienen mucha disciplina, mucha hambre y mucho orgullo. Y por esa razón, o por esas razones, esta cartelera va a ser una cartelera muy emocionante. Oscar Duarte es un peleador que tiene las ganas de ser campeón mundial, ¿no? Como todos. And we are very proud that we've helped Oscar Duarte in his entire career get to where he's at now. And this is the chance of a lifetime for everyone. You know, being on this type of card, headlined by Ryan, Oscar Duarte is grateful. Is grateful to be in this position. And therefore you work hard. Therefore you take advantage of the opportunity. You know, I'm sure the whole world is very surprised at why Ryan chose Oscar Duarte, but it shows you the character of Ryan Garcia. It shows you what he wants to accomplish. It tells you everything about him. Because Oscar Duarte is not a pushover. Oscar Duarte is not a walkover. It's, you know, he's coming off 11 straight knockouts. It's a dangerous fight just like every other fight. And, you know, we really appreciate everyone on this card. We appreciate the Zone. Thank you very much. We appreciate all the sponsors. So it really is a pleasure to introduce to you from Chihuahua, Mexico, Parral, Chihuahua, Mexico, Oscar Duarte. Oscar.
Buenas tardes a todos. Primero que nada, pues saludarlos. Estoy muy feliz, estoy muy contento, estoy disfrutando cada momento. Esto era un sueño para mí y ahorita ya es una realidad. Entonces, pues quiero decirles que este sábado van a ver mi mejor versión. Vengo bien preparado, tengo un gran equipo, una gran familia, gente que me respalda. Entonces, esperen lo mejor de mí este sábado y voy a ganar. Gracias a todos y viva México.
First of all, good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy, very content to be here. I'm enjoying every moment. This was a dream, and it is now a reality. And this Saturday, you'll see my best version I have a great team, and this Saturday I'll be winning. Viva Mexico.
And now, I welcome to the podium international superstar who has broken records and has led the charge to make the biggest fights in boxing happen, Ryan Garcia. Ryan.
Good afternoon, everybody. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to the Most High, Jesus Christ. I also want to invite the Holy Spirit into this press conference. Just always want to invite him. Man, a couple things that I want to touch. You know, one thing that's been on my heart is the statements that Bernard made, where he'll decide if I'm going to finish or if I should continue boxing after this fight. He don't decide that. My coach does. My team does. Everybody that, you know, grinds with me day in and day out, that's who decides. And ultimately, God decides, not him. Nobody was telling him when to stop boxing. You know, he stopped boxing at, 45, so kudos to him. But he don't determine that. And another thing I want to touch on is, you know, Oscar saying that, you know, we misinterpret, you know, what they say. It's plain English. I didn't hear anybody speaking any language I don't know. So, you know, it's very clear to me that, you know, they're backing this guy to beat me just like they thought Duno was going to beat me. He was the next Filipino star. They saying he's the next Mexican star. You know what? I put everything into this fight. You know, for the first time, I'm extremely committed in a long time. You know, 2021 was one of the times it kind of broke me. 2022, you know, changed me. 2023 opened my eyes. I'm about to come back for everything. You know, I'm just lasered and I'm laser focused, and that's where my confidence comes from. Shout out my mom, and I want to thank, you know, everybody. I want to thank my strength and conditioning coach. He's been there more than just the physical part. He's been there mentally, spiritually. Shout out Cipriano Montes, but he calls Sip. You know, shout out him. Shout out my dad. Shout out my trainer, Derek James. We've been putting a lot of work in. And, you know, Oscar is the tough opponent. I know he's going to come to fight. But, you know, right here, I'm here to make an example to the 140 division. This is how I'm coming. This is the Ryan Garcia you're going to get. I'm going to continue boxing. And, you know, he also said that, you know, he calls out on the bullshit, the lies. Man, last time I checked, he said he never lose to a white boy, and then Joe Smith Jr. knocked him out of the ring. Last time I checked, Joe Smith Jr. was white. So, you know, they be lying. So at the end of the day, you know, I'll come to show what I bring, and I'm laser focused, and that's where this confidence comes from. Thank God for everything, and all praise to the Most High, Jesus Christ. Thank you.
All right, this concludes the press conference for Saturday's fight, Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte. We will now pose the fighters for pictures. Thank you very much.
Wow, didn't expect that from Ryan Garcia. You can clearly tell that he's held that in, waited for the moment, and he used this moment to sort of air his grievances, problems with Bernard Hopkins, which is very, very interesting. Should he have said that? Should he just focus on what is in front of him, which is Oscar Duarte?
I think that sometimes, you know, you have to let a fighter let some steam off, especially if it's been bottled up for a long time. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think so, but I don't know what Ryan's been going through. I've seen him lasered in the whole time sitting there. Looks like he had to get something off his chest. There has to be some level of relief that he did say.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing, though. Look at the way Ryan is looking at Duarte now. That has nothing to do with his opponent. That has everything to do with all of the gripes he just spoke about. And maybe that's going to serve him well, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe so. Look, I mean, Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte is this Saturday live on DAZN. It does start what is an unrivaled amount of events on DAZN coming up in December.
Our undisputed Titans go to war, but the fights never stop on DAZN. Unleash an unrivaled December with unmissable returning fighters, unreal two-division title contenders, unstoppable global superstars, and undefeated championship showdowns. The unrivaled schedule, only on DAZN. Don't miss it. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
Unrivaled slate continues in concluding Saudi Arabia with the day of reckoning. Joshua versus Otto Volin, Deontay Wilder against Joseph Parker, Dimitri Bivol versus Lyndon Arthur, Daniel Dubois takes on Jarrell Miller. Just 4 of the incredible fights which are not to be missed, which are live on the Zone pay-per-view. Incredible, isn't it? I mean, that's ridiculous, by the way. I mean, that card in Saudi Arabia is scary.
I mean, the fact that, and we said it at the press conference, that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua are on the same stage, on the same podium, even shaking hands. It just, I mean, you cannot ignore that fight has to happen down the line. I think that's what's having people more excited than anything.
Yeah. And even Jarrell Miller, fighting Dubois, that's a toss-up fight.
Who picked that? Like sometimes you can, I want to see him versus him or her versus...
Great matchmaking.
No, this one is great. No, but even Anthony Joshua going against Wallin, that's a fight it's a tough fight. It's a tough fight for him. Left-handed, heavyweight, slick. He gave Fury problems.
Risky fight.
You know how good that is? I didn't even mention the fact that Jao Patai is fighting. I think the best cruiserweight on planet Earth. He's fighting
hands down,
well, which is crazy.
Hands down. He's just an amazing fighter. He's in a weight class that he needs to make famous. That's how I feel.
I like that. That's a good shout.
Yeah, and obviously Deontay Wilder is fighting a guy that's a former champion in Joseph Parker, who obviously can box. He can move around, so he's going to pose some sort of threat. I think this is a very important fight that Deontay Wilder. If he doesn't win big, we may never see Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. And you got all
he hardly ever not wins big.
Right.
That's it.
No, right. But think about Joseph Parker, what's in front of him, the opportunity that he has at hand.
And you have to add, I mean, look, Wilder looks young, but he's 38. 38, I mean, he's been out of the ring for nearly 2 years. He only had a round of fighting in 2 years. A round. It wasn't even a round. It was like 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
But he trains every day on Instagram. We see that. But the thing about heavyweights is that George Foreman shows that all you need is one.
And he's got the forehammer.
Yeah, I mean, who do you think wins the biggest knockout on that card? I mean, they all most of them are heavyweights, right? I mean, I know Bivol is a big name on there, but I'm talking about in terms of heavyweight. Who has the biggest knockout performance that night?
I think Arslanbek Makhmudov, who is the biggest and most scariest heavyweight. I mean, he is literally Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. He takes on Agit Caballero, European champion. Look, we've not even talked about that. So there is so much. Ryan Garcia, by the way, is going to join us up on the stage as well. I think he's just taking a few photos. Gilberto Mendoza there behind us. So look, Ryan's going to join us. In terms of the card, though, how excited are you? And what does it show that Saudi Arabia are doing when they can put on these type of powerful cards?
Shows me that Saudi Arabia is not only trying to take over boxing, but all sports, right?
Might have to move there very quickly.
It's insane what they're doing, but I'm excited because we're fans of the sport, right? And sometimes you need somebody with a whole big pool of money to be able to make certain fights happen, and they're doing it.
We always need that, especially us. But I also feel like when HBO went out of business, the Zone came.
Yeah.
Now Showtime is going out of business, and we got Saudis. So you never know. I just feel like there's always something that's going to represent boxing.
Speaking of heavyweights, he's not a heavyweight in weight, but in star power, this is
star power.
A heavyweight.
He's definitely a heavyweight. Ryan Garcia looking sharp as always, brother.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ryan?
Great. How are you doing?
How are you? Good?
I'm amazing, yeah.
Yeah?
Ryan, I want to ask you, during this time, right, since the Tank fight, a lot has happened, right? Obviously, you moved up in weight, but a lot was said. What would you say is the thing that bothered you the most, on this journey?
Nothing bothered me. I'm just thankful. I'm so thankful. I want to give thanks to Jesus Christ once again.
Amen.
But it's just, I've been unfocused since 2021. I went through that time, and it kind of threw me off. I took many steps back. It wasn't until after the loss I found myself. I'll keep it very simple like that. I've already got into it. But this is the sharpest I've been, the most committed I've been, the most dedicated I've been, and it's going to show in the ring.
So it's safe to say that this is your best camp
this
ever.
Is me.
And there's no bull crap in here.
No
capping. This is the best camp ever.
No capping. I put in the work, and I'm very confident that Saturday night, people are going to see how I'm coming. This is me. This is me.
And look, you look a lot better at 140 as well. We can see how healthy you look. Derek James as a new trainer.
Yeah.
Why Derek?
Derek, I was just led by God, by the Holy Spirit. I was on the plane, and I was just praying. I got into, my meditation and just, praising God. and it just led me to Dallas. You know, I always felt like I was going to be in Dallas.
So the plane just turned around and just went to Dallas.
I mean, hey, spiritually, yeah.
I know it did.
Yeah,
I know
spiritually.
It did.
So basically, that's what happened. That's where my decision was rooted in. And then from there, it just kept expanding. And it's just been an amazing journey working with Derek, learning so much. I'm very confident. You know, Derek, he don't speak a lot, but he's confident. He speaks to me a lot. But again, he's confident. We're just ready to go. You know, we're not thinking too far ahead. You know, we got Saturday night, and we're going to do our job.
Right. Yeah, I got to give you credit for Duarte. Like, I watched him fight a few months back, and he's a very aggressive, hard puncher. Yeah. So there was no doubt when this was presented at you, there was no doubt, like, okay, yes, I want this guy no matter what. Did you even go watch tape, or what was that process like?
I just let Derek choose. You know, I said, we had like 3 guys. I said, pick one. And he picked Duarte, so it is what it is. You know, we'll see what happens.
I guess it's going to
we'll know what happens.
It's going to take me to talk about the elephant in the room. What you said about Bernard Hopkins. 2 things. How much longer do you have with Golden Boy? Because it seemed like you was trying to get out.
I'm not going to, get into that's legal stuff. Right. You know, I'm going to just disregard that. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. You know. But what was it? Or even talking about, like, what is it that sparked that?
You know, it's just funny. Like, it just hit my head right now. It's like a toxic relationship. Motherfuckers just want to keep you there.
Well, so a toxic relationship sometimes is good, though.
Sometimes it feels good. Because I'm that hot.
But
like, I don't want to let her go.
No, but that's the thing. You're saying that you think that they want him to be.
But you know it's not good for you. I just want her. That's how it is.
But wouldn't they want you? Shouldn't they want you to win because you're actually the star?
But
did you really believe that?
Yeah, because you were saying that they want him to be the next Mexican star, or maybe
they thought Duno was going to be. Remember when we were going through problems? They thought Duno was going to get my ass.
I didn't think that. I don't know how they thought that.
I don't think
they thought to throw him in on me. And then, because they thought he hit hard, and then again, this guy thinks he hit hard.
Was it?
That was first round. We don't know what's going to happen in this fight, but I'm going to be ready for everything. So,
away from that, on a more positive note, I see your brother.
Oh no, it's positive. It's always positive. It is. We positive all the way through. What do they say? Pushing P means pushing positivity.
That's what I'm doing. How good is it to see your brother back in the ring and on your card?
Oh man, it's been a blessing. You know, Sean. This is also the most focused I've seen him. He's looking so sharp. I'm so proud of him. You know, Sean. Just, I haven't seen this just, man, he's going to look beautiful. You guys are going to now start paying attention to Sean.
Yes.
Almost even as more so than me. That's how sharp he's looking.
You know, as I'm looking at you, Ryan, you're a big guy. Obviously, you're at 140 now, so you must feel stronger. It feels better in the gym sparring. Like, how far can Ryan go? You want to box. You're not going anywhere.
I plan to conquer 140 and 147. That's my goal. That's where my mind's at. And I don't care who's there, I heard Devin might be going to 147. I want to jump back and forth, 140, 147. To me, I could do both at the same time, simultaneously. So that's what I plan to do. But at first, get a title at 140. That's my goal.
All of a sudden, the 140 division with yourself there and Devin there, I think it's the best division and the most deepest.
Wherever
obviously, Teofimo Lopez.
He's going to be fine.
Is there any truth to the offer that was made to Teofimo Lopez?
I don't know anything about that. I've only seen it. Like, I haven't really been paying attention on social media too much this whole week.
Yeah.
But I did see that, and I'm like, $1.5 million. I don't even know about that. And like, bro, 1, I don't even care. 2, I'm worried about December 2nd. 3, that's probably the most he made. I mean, I guess. I didn't offer that. I didn't even know about it.
But is he a potential opponent?
Yeah, he can get that work too. I told you anybody at 140.
Okay.
I'll beat his ass.
Well, check it out. Well, at 135, obviously, the biggest fights was anybody and you. So at 140, who's the biggest fight? You and?
Me and, so many. I mean, it had to
the biggest fight.
It had to be either Devin Haney or Teofimo. For me, at least at 140.
What a division.
We're talking about 140.
Yeah, of course.
I could pick and name good pay-per-views, but, you got Rollies too, but I think Devin Haney. I'll stick with Devin Haney.
The fact is, you're Ryan Garcia. Anyone that fights you is a big fight.
Yeah.
Anyone that fights you. Ryan, thank you so much for giving us some time.
Thank you guys so much.
Well done, brother. It's good to see you at 140 as well, looking very, very good.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Ryan. Don't leave me hanging, Ryan. You know when you know that. Thank you, bro. Ryan Garcia, that incredible shape. Look, here's a reminder of what's coming your way on the main card this Saturday. We get things underway with undefeated Houston native Darius Foreman. He takes on Pacino Hill. Good to see Shea Mosley back in action as well. He takes on Joshua Conley. Hard-hitting Floyd Schofield goes up against Ricardo Lopez for the WBO International Lightweight strap. Then